Hello, if anybody's in here. Let me get warmed up just a little bit. I'm moving around a little bit, gotta get used to my space. Everything's in a little bit of a different spot here. Let me see, can I move this? And then, there we go. Set there. Cool. It's awfully quiet here. If anybody's watching. Still feels odd. Maybe I'd be able to do this. It's down here. That's not going to work too well. Oh well. Unless I do this. Should be able to see everything. Cool. Close. There we go. I can see everything all good. Put that here and there. Hey, Sifarishi. Hope you're having a good Thursday. I'm getting a little bit warmed up, trying to keep my muscles loose before we start. How's the distance learning going, Sifarishi? Did you get started Tuesday or Monday? Or do you have it at all? That'd be an important question too. Make sure that's all muted. There we go. Should be all set now. Got about 11, 12 minutes here for anybody who's in the channel before we get everything started. Hope you guys are doing well. In here, let me know what have you been up to today. Hey, so hello, good to have you here. I'm doing well, hopefully you are as well. This week felt like it went by fast. It feels like it should just be Tuesday today. Not sure why. Do you guys get assigned any schoolwork with the distance learning, or how's that all going? Is it just kind of like meeting with teachers right now and doing some group stuff or anything at all? A lot of schoolwork. Oh, so they have been assigned a, okay. I wasn't sure what the extent of stuff right now was going to be. Do you guys have like set times you're supposed to be on and you can meet with the whole class, or is it like individual with your teachers, or what's the process looking like? I know like some colleges are doing assigned time still, make sure you meet on Zoom with everybody. Some are just doing go read your textbook. Interested to see what DJUSD is doing with high school, junior high, or elementary. And Sifarishi has Pinyin 9. I haven't heard from any black belts this week or last week. I think I only heard from like one person about extra moves. Not sure if there's too much or way too little or just the right amount. So how many moves in are we? 21, 2, 3, I think 24 moves in, right? We're just about halfway. Right amount of moves? Okay. Thanks for letting me know. It's right. I think there's that one time when we did a little bit of Pinyin 9 in class for like July 4th week or something, but haven't taught past that in probably 5-6 years. In the morning every day. Okay, cool. Hey Finn, how are you doing? Hope you're having a good Thursday so far. Ready for a good class 2. Looks like we got some level 2s, 3s, 4s in here as well. Everybody working pinions right now. Are there any level 1s or beginners? See for Justin's here too. Cool. Looks like we've got about, what is that, 6-7 minutes according to Karate Time. Did any of you guys look at the videos this week, do some warm-ups with me? I have my clock fixed now so I can do stuff at the right time. Well, we'll be doing some warm-ups in here too. If you watched the video from earlier this week, the clocks in the karate school kind of died on me. Halfway through the warm-ups, or not through the warm-ups, for the first one. Doing some lunges, and I realized about 30 seconds in that the second hand was going, tick and going right back and back and back and back. So I approximated, I guess. I don't know how close it was. But a little bit more is better than a little less. We got some warm-ups planned. We got, as of right now, if it's just 2s, 3s, and 4s, we've just got pinions we're working on. So we'll work on some pinions. We'll get into some of the Muay Thai stuff too. We started working on Superman punches for 2s and up. And then for all teens and adults with Superman punch. So even if there's any beginning adults in here or intermediate teens, we're working on Superman punch for Muay Thai. It's just something fun to do, right? We don't do it too often in the black belt class. I don't think we do it ever really in the 2s and 3s. Teens and adults, we see it every once in a while, but it'll be cool to do it again. Dot, dot, dot. About 5 minutes here. We had up-down sprint drill as our warm-up. For those of you guys, if you can't jump right now, if you've got downstairs neighbors, you can always just jog in place and do some sprinting in it. Lunges, mountain climbers, and bicycle crunches, if my memory serves me correctly. What are you guys doing in there? I got things set up a little bit differently here, so I can come in a little bit closer, and I still have my head in there. It looks like my feet are just just in frame. But hopefully it means I can get a little bit closer to you guys. You can see moves a little bit better. Opposed to, I think, before, if I was back here, my head was already out of frame, and I had to stay way back here. So hopefully that works out a little bit better for you guys. So those of you guys that started your distance learning, you guys know if you're going to have like tests online? Is it right now just meeting with teachers and doing some homework and stuff? You turn that in online too? Is there like a submission or email the teacher, or just kind of learning right now of how it goes? Yeah, we have tests. Oh, okay. So does that mean you take a picture of it? Google Forms. Oh, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Online vocab tests, all right. You know how that's going to work? Is it they give you the word and you have to know the definition for it? I think all my vocab tests were like just writing it out, where the teacher, it was like spelling test basically. We didn't really have vocab, but it was just spell it. Omega Ruby, huh? I gotta pick up a new Pokemon game at some point. 7, oh yeah. Well, what'd you have before? How many classes a day? Right, you're junior high now, right, Super Justin? 6, 7 classes a day, right? So, definition, fill in the blank, synonyms, antonyms. Oh, okay, so that's a pretty big array of different things you got to know. That's cool. Three minutes here, everybody. 3 minutes. I'll remind you guys again at the beginning, make sure you got a little bit of space that you can move around in. I'm not sure if you can quite see them, but I've got little pieces of tape right here and back here. Which should be roughly 5 feet by 5 feet for my square here. Roughly, I'm saying because I had to move it today, but I didn't get a chance to pull out the tape measure. Not actually that complex. Yeah, it's not too bad, especially I think that breaking it down into these like 4 chunks at a time helps. It's when you learn 1 through 12 at once that stuff gets a little bit more confusing. I also think, especially with Pinyin 9, one of the big challenges that I had when I was learning it was the end of it is very similar to the end of a couple other pinions, or the end of another pinion and the middle of another one, where it's like just these forward stances with blocks and strikes. And so I kept getting that confused with another pinion, even though, right, it's fairly simple. Palm block, upward block, outward and back. Well, we'll get to that soon, right? But I think that was the challenge for me. So if we can just work Pinyin 9, we don't have to worry about the other ones, then it should make it a little bit easier to learn too, I think. We'll see though. Looks like we got about a minute here, everybody. There we go. Right now I've just seen level 2s, 3s, and 4s in here. Is there any level 1s or beginners? I want to know what kind of curriculum I should be doing. If we've got just 2s, 3s, and 4s, then I'll do just your guys' stuff. If we've got 1s in here, I want to make sure that I cover your curriculum too. So, or any beginning, intermediate, teens, and adults, let me know, okay? If you guys are here, write in the YouTube comments. I can't see anything on Discord right now. If I could, then it starts blasting the sounds and messes with you being able to hear me. So, but we'll see as we get closer. We got the same warm-ups for everybody. So we're all going to be sticking together here as we do all of our warm-ups. After that, some curriculum slightly different. Anyways, we got about 30 seconds here, everyone. If your sister will join. Oh, well, she can. Cool. If not, she can always catch the video a little bit later. We'll probably go over everything no matter what, even if it's very briefly, just to make sure anyone watching later can follow along too. We got about 15 seconds here, guys. If anybody's in here, make sure that you've got space around you. Making sure that if we're doing lunges or if we're mountain climbers, you're not going to hit something next to you. Hey, Robert, good to have you in here. Just in time. Class is starting in about -2 seconds. Hopefully you guys are ready. Let's do this. Ready? Find that space. Everyone come to attention. How do you guys feel today? Awesome, sir. Me too. Let's back you up. And everybody jog in place. We're going to go just jogging for a couple of seconds here. We're going to end up doing the up-down sprint drill. I'm going to be doing everything with you guys. All right? I'm going to give it nothing short of my best. So, after some warm-ups, I may be a little short of breath. Hopefully you guys are too, that you're really putting in the effort to this. That's how we get better. But up-down sprint drill, reminder how this works, just in case you've never done it in class before. We just jog in place here. If I say up, we're going to jump off both feet, try and bring your knees up high, and then land. And the goal is to do that softly, right? So if I turn to the side here, hopefully you can see my feet. I've got my heels off the ground. I want to land heels off the ground so I can use my muscles to soften my fall. If I don't and I land on the entire foot, flat foot, right? Then, I don't know, You probably heard a little bit of something there, right? Where it's just a little bit of a harder landing. So that's up. If I say down, bend the knees, touch the ground, stand right back up. Nice and simple. And if I say sprint, get the feet moving as fast as you can. You're sprinting in your spot. Ready? Up, down, up, down, and up. Sprint. Keep moving. Usually we're going to go about 5 seconds with these, and jog. Down, up. If we've got a couple downs in a row, make sure you touch the ground, stand back up, and then touch the ground again. And down, down, up. There we go. And up, up, down. Sprint. Again, usually about 5 seconds. And jog. Up, up, down. Up, down, up, down. And up, up, up. And jogging. Keep it going a little bit here. If you can't jump, keep jogging in place. Or, if you want to, you can replace every up with a down. So if I said up, up, down, 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 really going to work the leg muscles. And of course, still a good exercise, get that heart rate up. And up, down, up, down, up, down. Another one, we're going to do a sprint here. If you can't sprint, it's okay. Adjust as needed, just jog in place. Ready? Sprint. And jog. We're going to get, let me get back into my square here. We're going to get one more burst of 5 seconds of sprinting here. Ready? And sprint. 3, 2, get them moving fast. 1, and jog. And start walking a little bit here. Shake the arms out, shake the legs out a little bit here. Hey, Catherine, thanks for joining in class today. Shake the arms out. Circle the head right here. Other way, nice and slow. Whew. Shake the arms out and legs out one more time. All right, it's time. Let's get our student creed. Ready? From attention. Set position. Remember, you want to have your left hand open. You want to have your right hand closed. You bring them together in front of you. You want it right in front of your heart. So if it's up here, that's kind of blocking my face, right? If it's up here, very unicorn style. Want to keep it right here in the middle, all right? And student creed. Student creed, sir. Back to attention. I'll say it along with you guys, all right? So I'm going to say line 1, and then we all say everything together. Ready? Line 1. I pledge to develop myself in a positive manner. Line 2. I pledge to use what I learn in class constructively and defensively. Line 3. I pledge to foster friendships and contribute to my community. And bow. Nice work. So, if you guys got a chance to do the warm-ups with me earlier this week in the videos that I posted, we did lunges, alternating sides. Then we went on to some mountain climbers, and then to some bicycle crunches. We're going to go through it 2 times today. Elfaris and everybody else who's joined us, good to have you guys. We're going to be going through it 2 times the circuit. For the lunges, you've got a couple options. Let me scoot back here, you can see my feet. You can go standard, where I'm just going to alternate sides. So, 1 foot steps forward, bend the knee, back up, and then switch to the other side. Make sure you do these with control. If you go slower, it actually works the muscles better. From the side, notice here how my heel comes off the ground. I'm going to bend my knee down and then come back up. And when I step forward, I want this knee to be above that ankle. If I don't step far enough, then it stops putting a lot of work on my muscles here, and a little bit gets shifted to my joints, and I don't want that. So make sure you step far enough that your knee is right above your ankle, okay? So, last thing, you can do one more alternative to this if you'd like a little more of a challenge, is once you're in this lunge, you're going to jump and switch. Again, you want to have a nice soft landing as you do this, all right? Can I jump into? Yes, you can. You can jump into them. Just make sure that you're doing it safely, okay? So, And remember, we're doing it 2 times through, so make sure you've got a little bit of gas still in the tank as we go into that second cycle. Ready? Lunges, let's go 30 seconds. I'll let you know halfway through. If you just want to do this and then switch to the other side, you can. Ready? 30 seconds, go. Nice and controlled as we do this, everybody. Don't rush it. If you slow it down, it can actually work the muscles more. We're halfway through right now. Nice and slow there. Got 5 more seconds. Get that one more time. There we go. And break. We've got mountain climbers next, everybody. Remember, with mountain climbers, you can do a couple different things. First, if you've been in any of the live streams recently, I've been nursing a little wrist injury here, so I'm going to be doing these on my knuckles. Most people do them on their palms like this. But for mountain climbers, you're starting in a push-up position. One simple way to do it would be foot comes up, back. Other one, back. Right? Just shifting the feet. A little more challenging, you bring your knee up. Notice my foot's not touching the ground. Switching back and forth. Most challenging, I think, right here. Foot down. Jump switch to the other one. You get to pick which one you guys want to do, all right? But we're going about 30 seconds on this one. I was glitching a little bit. Hopefully it fixes itself up. If it doesn't, then I can always start and restop, or stop it and restart it. But let's get these mountain climbers going, everyone. 30 seconds. Find your space. Make sure there's nothing behind you where your feet are going to hit. Ready? Turn this way. 30 seconds. Go. If you want to, you can switch between the warm-ups. That's completely up to you. Or between the versions, I should say. And again, if you need to change it up a little bit, this is nice and soft. It's not going to make a lot of noise. Looks like we've got 10 seconds left. Oh yeah. 5 more seconds. And break. Next up, we've got some bicycle crunches. Everything looking all good? Okay, cool. Bicycle crunches look like this. I'm going to be flat on my back. I'm going to have my feet up. If you've ridden a bike before, we live in Davis, you probably have. I'm going to make my feet do this motion like I'm riding a bicycle. And then I'm going to do one more thing. I'm going to have my hands right here, and this elbow is going to come across the body to that knee. Same thing other side. If that's a little too complex and you want to stick to just very basic, that's cool too. Shoulders off the ground, pedal your bicycle. Call these unicycle crunches. But again, we're going 30 seconds. Everyone ready? On those backs, set, and go. I like to keep my fingers interlocked behind me here. Where you really have to turn the core or rotate. We're about 15 seconds. Wow, that was fast. 10 seconds. 5 more seconds, everybody. 3, 2, 1, and break. All right, guys, it's time for the second cycle through here. Video's not, okay, cool, everything looks good. All right, guys, cool, we get to go our second cycle then. If it starts glitching up again, let me know. But starting with our lunges, we're going 30 seconds. Ready, set, and find my second hand, go for it. Remember, control your descent. Make sure you're not slamming your knee into the ground. You want it to stop a little bit above the ground. Looks like we're at 5 more seconds here. Excellent. Mountain climbers, find your spot on the ground. 30 seconds. Mountain climbers, ready, set, and go. Remember to take deep breaths, everyone. Ooh, we're already 15 seconds in. We've got 15 seconds left. 10 seconds left. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and wherever you are at, break. We got one more, right? We got bicycle crunches coming up. 30 seconds of them. Find your spot, lay down. If you're in the beginners, you know how to break fall. You could even do that. 30 seconds, ready, set, and go. We're at 10 seconds in. We're at 20 seconds, means we have 10 seconds left. Ooh, there we go, 7. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and break. Good work, guys. Give yourself a pat on the back there. Nice job. All right, now, yes, you can always switch between them. Let's get one more. You guys ready? I want to get one more cycle through. We're going to shorten the time. We're going to go 15 seconds, all right? 2 of them was not enough. I'm feeling a little tired, but I want to be out of breath. I'm working hard, all right? So, we're going 15 seconds for each one. Stand up, find your spot. If you want to jump right into the warm-up or the stretching right now and do splits, you can. If you want to do these with us, please feel free. 15 seconds, ready, set, go. Again, control is better than going at a fast speed here. Oh, where's our second hand there? 5 seconds. And break. Mountain climbers, 15 seconds. Ready, ready, set, go. Already 1/3 of the way done. 15 seconds goes by so fast. 5 more seconds. And bicycle crunches. 15 seconds, go. Already 5 seconds in. Already 10 seconds. We only have 4 left. And break. Nice work, guys. Take some deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Let's get a little bit of stretching going here. All out of breath, good. That's what we want to do. Let's start with our splits position. Get the feet nice and wide. Hopefully you guys are having a good Thursday so far. Mine's been pretty good. Hopefully you're able to see me through all those. I've got a little bit of a new position with the camera over there. Some different bags in here. Let's go butterfly stretch. So, you guys are in here right now. You're going to hear the message of the week before everybody else. Has not been posted onto the Discord quite yet. Message of the week, I gotta go with my favorite of all time. If you think you know what it is, type it in the chat real quick. I'll give you a hint. It was the first one that I ever heard when I was in Kinder Karate, which was the Tiger class equivalent way back then. Back in, when was that? 1998, something around then. The Thumb Story, ooh, good guess. Not that one though, it is a story. Give you like 10, 15 more seconds if anyone else thinks they know what it is. Feet straight out. And you want one leg out, keep it flat on the ground, and then reach. This way, starts with a B. And it is a story. Bamboo, nope. B-O. I think I see it in there, Boulder Story. The Boulder Story is my favorite one. Basic idea for it, we won't do a super long one here, but the basic idea was there was a martial artist getting ready for a black belt test, and instead of showing all their pinions and punch attacks and sparring and running all that stuff, it was just they had to push a boulder up to the top of the hill. And after an entire day of trying to do this, they were never able to do it. They went to their instructor and said, I can't do this. And the instructor looked at them and said, well, you never asked me for help. And the idea is we want to make sure that we're not worried about asking someone for help, that we can show courage, and when we need help, we go and ask someone. So think about how's that going to affect us right now. One, if we're doing this distance learning, right, we're learning in a different way. It may take some time to get used to that. It's not a bad thing to ask your teacher and say, hey, how do we do this? Because I can guarantee you that teachers are asking each other for help too. Right? They're learning a whole new way to teach. Just like I'm doing right now, I'm learning a new way to teach you guys through this. I'm going to be asking people all the time, how could I do this better? What do you think of this, right? Your teacher's doing the same thing. How can we effectively do this? So don't be afraid to ask for help. It'd be a worst thing to do. Worst thing to do would be just kind of ignoring it and saying, I'll get it later. Take the time, ask them, see, how can you improve what you're working on? So get one more stretch, all right? Any stretch you want to do, you got about 30 seconds. Move over here, make sure I can see all the chat there. So we got a lot of stuff to review here. Beginners for the kids class had been working on the grip break, right? Choke from the front. For my intermediates, for the teen and adult, and then level 1 kids, you guys are working on the ground defense. For level 2's favorite stretch, I'm not sure, ask me right afterwards. Level 2's, you guys have been working on the end of pinion 2, the last 5 moves, right? And then level 3 is the end of pinion 3, and level 4's or black belts working on pinion 9, just the middle chunk in there, 4 moves out of 53. I believe that's Robert. Hey, good to see you. But let's do a super fast review, and then I want you guys to practice what you've been working on, okay? We're going to do a little less time this module today on that curriculum, and a little more time on Muay Thai because we've added that into the classes right now. So here we go. Beginners, for the choke from the front, right? We start in this natural position, and level 2s, level 3s, intermediates, advanced black belts do this with us too. It's always good to go back and review. If you guys are interested in hearing how I learned pinions when I was like a beginner, intermediate, advanced, then ask me right afterwards because it's very different than what we do right now. Beginners, choke from the front, right? Hands come up nice and high. I'm going to make sure that my fingers are together. I hope you can see that there, right? I'm going to keep my fingers together, and what we're going to do is curl it down like this. You can see right in front of my gi there, right? Keeping my thumb tucked in too. That's going to go over their arms and pull straight to the side. So if we're here, hands come up, make the hooks, drop them down, and then as you pull, we're doing a rising front kick. Remember the difference. Traditional, I chamber up, you can see my toes are pulling up towards my shin. I kick out with the ball of my foot, and then the rising one, I point my toes down, and that one's kicking up. If you want to see it in slow motion, I know the videos that were posted this week for you guys has a slow motion version of it. So that's what beginners are working on. Level 1s or intermediates in the teen and adult class are ground defense. Remember, we start here, you rock to your hip. So I've got one knee on the ground and my forearm. One hand up, leg up too. Throw on any kick, front kick, side kick, roundhouse kick. Turn as many, whenever you need to. I'm gonna turn the other hip and switch that way. Boom. So beginners, level 1s, I want you guys to start working on that for a little bit here. Level 2s for my intermediate kids class. We had done the end of pinion 2, so super fast review here. I'll face this way, do it along with you guys, okay? So we had our mid block where we left off. Stepping straight to the left, lunging spear. Right foot comes in, check, blade of the hand. We step forward, elbow smash. Step forward again, back knuckle. And one more time, punch. Finish it. If I was facing towards you guys, mirror everything here. We're going to step to our left. Spear with the right hand. Bring that right foot up into our cat stance. The right foot should have no weight on it. I'm going to scoot back here so you can see the whole thing. Right foot steps forward. Right elbow hits the elbow smash. Step forward again. Left hand back knuckle. And then at the end, right foot forward. I know you can't see my foot right now. It's okay. Punch with the right hand. Horse's stance. Ooh, left. There we go. Right foot. And step position at the end. You did have a break fall at the beginning. Nice, good to see you know what it is. And then level 3s, the end of pinion 3. Let's start reviewing that real quick. If we're facing this way, let's see. Let's pretend we're going this way. Okay, that'll be the best way I think for you guys to follow along, especially right now. I'll do a one-time mirror image facing you guys too, the best as I can. 14 was here. 15, left foot comes back for our peacock block. Left foot steps for the spear. Right foot comes in for the check. We've got the double elbow next where it goes up and then it goes down. 18, step and punch 19, step and punch 20, and then back knuckles 21. And we're done. Let's see if I face towards you guys. I'm going to do my best to mirror image this here. So we got left foot forward, left hand up, right hand punching. It's going to be the left foot pulling in, right? Peacock block. From here, left foot steps straight to the side, spear. Right foot pulls into our cat stance. Now right side steps, right side strikes. That's 18. Left foot for 19. Right foot for 20. I know you can't see my foot, right? Flat foot for a forward stance. And then right hand back knuckle for 21. And we're done. We finish it off. I would go horse to stance, step position, natural stance at the very end. One more thing. Pinion 9, I'm going to do just the 4 moves that we did this module. Going over 24 is going to be a little bit much right now. So I want to make sure that we get everybody a chance practicing and we get to our Muay Thai. But black belts, let's see. We left off before with, I'll mirror it for you guys here too. The right hand coming in with our inward block, right? Right after that, right foot kick, so the Kempo kick, and we go side to side on our left side. From there, left hand punch, left side to side again. Does that seem familiar? Boom, boom, boom. And then we're going to have the left foot step straight back, strike to our left with this U strike, and then turning to our right side, uppercut with the right hand. In terms of direction that would be facing, the uppercut goes to the front of the room. So if we assume that this is the front of the room where those weightmasters are, and we were right here, right hand inward block, right Kempo, left hand punch, left side to side, you strike to the back of the room, our left foot steps back as we strike, and then turn to our left, uppercut with the right hand. So we had worked on black belts. I want you guys to review that real quick, all right? You know the whole pinion? Good to hear. Quick note. Learning pinion 3, cool. I want you guys to review it just real quick, 30, 45 more seconds here. I'm going to be doing a little bit of the ground defense that level 1s are working on and a little bit of the beginner stuff. So level 2s and 3s, keep rocking with your pinions, okay? So for beginners, right, as you guys do this with a grip break, there's a couple things that I want you to think about. First one is we need to always make sure that we chamber, right? So if I'm going to angle myself this way a little bit, it's not enough to just swing my leg because that's not a kick. Every kick has a chamber. So for us, bring the chamber up and then extend as your hands pull out. You'll notice one more thing. I'm leaning back just a little bit. Don't overdo it. Don't think about going full matrix and like swinging this way. You guys probably don't get that reference. That's okay. Hands come up, lean just a little bit for that kick, all right? So beginners, it looks like this. Back, all right? Again, boom, grip break there. Add those kias in too. For level 1s or for beginner and intermediate teen and adults, for the ground defense, the big thing I want you to remember is that when you're doing your break fall, the goal is to focus on that first and then get to the ground defense. So if I'm falling back here, I want to focus on getting my entire arm to hit the ground, right? I hope you can see it there that my arm is flat. If I turn this way, it'll be a little better to see. And then I'm going to prop myself up. If my break fall ends like this, that's not good for me. That's going to end up, it could end up doing some damage to my shoulders, and I really want to avoid that. It's about falling safe. So, rocking back, chin tucked, hands hit the ground flat, just like that, all right? So, I have no idea, Sifarishi. But guys, go a little bit more here. I'm going to do a one-time through on pinion too, okay? So, for my level 2 kids, right? Mid block right here. Left foot steps to the side. Spear with the right hand. Right foot is pulling in. Check to the front, hitting with just the blade of the hand there. Then we've got our elbow smash. Step forward with the left foot. Back knuckle. And step forward with the right foot. Punch. Back out. Boom. And natural stance. So, any last questions here, guys, on what you guys have done, whether it's those pinions or the ground defense or the grip break? No, I believe you're fine. All right. I'm going to do one more walkthrough on pinion 3 with the level 3s. I want you guys to keep getting the repetition, right? At the end of the day, repetition is what's going to help you remember these things. So, right, level 3s. Yeah, and I'm going to do my best to mirror it for you guys here. We had our left hand up, our right hand is punching. Make sure you're in a deep forward stance. I mentioned in the videos level 3s that I'm really looking for sharp stances this time around. Right? We're at the point where we've learned a couple pinions already. We're understanding the process of how to learn a pinion. So now you got to say, hey, I can do this with sharp stances, sharp strikes, and with intensity. That's what I'm expecting from you guys, okay? So I'm here, nice low stance. Left foot pulls back, cat stance, peacock block. Left foot again, lunging forward stance. Look at this, I've got a deep stance to this. Normally I'd be way up here. If I step like that, not a lunging forward stance. Here we go. Spear with the right hand. Right foot pulls in, just like in pinion 2, we've got that check. And instead of the elbow smash, double elbow strike. 18, again, low stance, feet flat on the ground. 20, 21, other side, right hand punching, and then 20, sorry, that was 20, 21, back knuckle. Remember, at the end of the pinion, you always go back to the original direction where you would have started. So for us, if we're doing our back knuckle here, let me do it with you guys for a second. See, I'm going to the front of the room here, then I'm turning to the left 90 degrees. If you go way back to the beginning of pinion 3 and you do all 21 moves, you'll find that you end facing the right side of the room, so you gotta turn back to the front. All right. Most important thing in the choke defense, I would say making sure you get your hands up high and that you keep your thumb tucked in. So, right, if they had the arms, and actually I'm gonna grab one of these. Let's pretend that this is my attacker and their arm is right here on my shoulders. If I practice going like this, where I go just barely over, let me get a little closer so you guys can see it a little bit more. Just doing this, that might work in class, but let's say, and I hope you never have to do this, any of you, but if I had to do this in real life, I'm gonna have a lot of adrenaline pumping through my body. I'm gonna be really nervous, might be scared. If I practice like this, then when I get scared and my motions get shorter, I'll end up coming in close like this, right? When we're nervous or scared, our motions are quicker, shorter, and they're not as precise. So for example, if you guys have learned this from me before, I've probably mentioned at one point that, and there's multiple names for these things, crane flies or bombers, mosquito eaters, whatever you call it, I think it's crane fly, right? They used to like swarm outside of my dad's house and it like terrified me for no reason. I know they're safe, but it got me nervous, right? If I was trying to do something like this and go right over the top, your fingers would hit. So big motion, big motion. Which hand is on top for the U-strike? The right hand right now. The right hand right now. Here's a good way to think about it. Let's see. I'll go out facing this way here for you guys so that way you can see the rationale behind it. As our foot steps back, we strike to the opposite side. If I switch it over here, I can't rotate my hips far enough comfortably to get them even unless I tuck my elbow in, and that's not really a strike. But if I'm here, I can get them even. So if the idea is that I'm striking this bag, then, right, horse's stance, we had just gone boom. Let's see, what side would it be? Yeah. Here we go, right? I'm gonna step back, and I get both hands hitting at the same time, and then I move on to my next strike. So, that's what we're rocking with that pinion 9. Awesome, guys. Everything's looking good. Cool. Let's jump into our next set of stuff here, the Muay Thai, right? We had started working on that this week, and we've got 2 different things that we had done. Beginners and beginners and level 1s for the kids' classes. Started working on just the basic, the jab and the cross. For level 2s, 3s, and 4s, we started working on, and then all the teen adult class, we're working on something called the Superman punch. Let's start, remind ourselves of the basics. Muay Thai, the art of 8 limbs, or science of 8 limbs, because we're doing strikes with our hands, our elbows, our knees, and our toes. So we're using all of those interchangeably, 8 surfaces, the art of 8 limbs. So I want my 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. My hands are gonna come up here like this. And black belts and advanced, especially, we've done a lot of pinions. I want you, as we practice these jab crosses, to focus on keeping these hands up. Don't let it go like this, where it's like coming back to our chamber. That's not gonna help us in Muay Thai. So here we are, right, Muay Thai stance. If this foot is in front, I believe that looks like the left side of the screen for you guys. Left hand here would be doing my jab, right? So if I'm moving around, quick rotation of the hips, jab. And notice this hand staying up by my head. I wanna keep myself safe. Right there. Once I've done that quick strike, usually this backhand follows up for the 1-2, That's my cross. That's my power hit. So if I had a Kia, it wouldn't often be here, but more often would be right there. So I'm going here. If I switch, notice this right foot is in front now. Right foot here, that means the right hand jabs, left hand throws the cross. And look at this. I'm keeping my hand up. That's what I want you guys focusing on. So beginners and level ones, do a little bit of something called shadow boxing, where you're in your Muay Thai stance, you imagine there's shadows around you that you have to throw strikes out or blocks. So if I'm here, I might throw a strike towards you guys, and I might bring this hand up like this is a shielding block, right? Kind of looks like a turtle block too. I've heard it use both names. You're kind of curling into your shell here. Turn this way. Maybe you want to add in a front kick too. Or if you know how to do a back leg roundhouse kick, there's my roundhouse kick. A little bit of shadow boxing. You can turn directions as you do that. I'm going to get a bag out in a second and join you guys. For level 2s, 3s, and 4s, I've got a handy dandy weight master here. That magic trick is it slides out of nowhere. For the Superman punch, it's going to be using the same, how do I want to say this? You're doing a fake with one leg and you're punching with the hand on the same side. So, if I'm here, I'm going to pretend to do a knee strike with this leg that's closest to you. Right? That's that pretend. That would bring the other person's hands down. Once I've done that, I'm going to kick that foot back and I'm going to punch with the same side hand, the one that's closest to you. So here, right? Again. Notice how I'm still keeping my head up. I don't want to angle it down. That's not safe. I can't see what's going on. And then the final thing, once you feel comfortable with that, for black belt, anyone's learned it before, you remember there's this little hop, this little jump. So I'm going to jump and land on the same foot. And then I kick my foot back in the air. That's my Superman punch. Good. So, level 2s, 3s, 4s, or anyone in my teen adult class, that's what you guys are working on here. I want you guys to either just work that or mix it into your Muay Thai marching, or into your shadow boxing, okay? One of the two. For beginners and beginners and level 1s in the kids class, I want you guys to jump back in with me now. Ready? So we're going to be in our Muay Thai marching stance. We'd worked on our jab cross, and then I'd also mentioned this block right here, the shielding block, where my hands come into the side of my head, protecting it. If I turn this way, you can see, trying to protect the back too, right? Just bringing it up, keeping that side of my head safe. I'm going to be right here, and when I bring these hands up like this, I want you to throw 2 punches. And now notice, when I do this strike, one comes across and one goes over there, instead of just straight in front of me, or like that. 1, 2. That way I force myself to turn my hips. Finally, if I swing my arms like this, I want you to block. So when I swing here, you would bring the hand on this side and cover your head. Sound good? Yes, we were saying in the chat there, we do have a lot of pads. I'll go over other things too that you can use that are really effective and really helpful that we got here too. But, right, so beginners level 1s. If I go like this, jab cross, right? Again, jab cross. If I swing my arms like this, you got to block one arm and then the next. Block on the left, block on the right there. Right, again, boom, boom. Jab, cross, block, block. Jab, cross, block, block. Jab, cross, one more time. Jab, cross, block, block. Awesome. That's something that can really help you focus on getting those hands back up. Now, for everybody here, in terms of holding pads, let's see. These are really nice. If you've got a teammate that you can practice with, it makes Muay Thai a lot more fun too. Right? If you guys are interested in getting pads, these work pretty well. They're designed for it. You can hold it and then the strikes work. If I'm here and holding it, what I want to make sure I do is not have my arms back at the farthest they can be. That way if someone strikes, that might hurt my shoulder. I want them out front here. You can see I'm trying to get close to a 90 with my elbow. And when they strike, I do a little feedback on it. Boom, boom. I just kind of push it forward a tiny bit. And that would work for the jabs and the crosses. For the swings, you can go here. Another one that I really like to use too, especially at a lot, is clappers. Right? Cool idea. Cool thing about it is if I hit it right, there you go. Right? I get this loud clap from it. And that way, when I'm striking, I know if my punch goes straight forward and straight back, I can hear it. If it starts to swing, right, you hear it a tiny bit of just the things colliding, but it's not anywhere near the same as that clap, right? Hopefully that's not too loud or bringing the volume too much up. But clappers work really well too. Again, we've got some of them at the school if you want to buy some used ones for a lot cheaper, or we can, as a school, we get the discounted price. We can pass savings on to you guys. Let us know. Blockers here work too pretty well. You can just strike to the soft padded area right here, right? Strike, strike, swing, swing, right? Strike, strike, swing, swing. Great ways to practice. For 2s, 3s, and 4s, or the teens adults with Muay Thai, with the Superman punch, any of those work really well. The big thing with that one is focusing on, right, my knee comes up, and as it comes back, I punch out. And then I add a little bit of a jump. Right? And then it's how can I get this into my combos? Maybe I've got a partner who swings twice, and I go block, block, Superman punch, right? How can you work that in to make it smooth? Clappers right now, awesome. The clappers are fun. You get that feedback, and when it claps too, it kind of can help desensitize to having sound around you as well, which 100% would help with learning how to spar in the future. So let's get the last 30 seconds. I'm going to do some Muay Thai, some boxing to the bag here. If you have a Wave Master or bag, or if you've got someone you can hold some bags for, we'll go 15 seconds. I'll say switch it over real quick. If not, then you get 30 seconds going to the air or going to a Wave Master. 30 seconds, get some Muay Thai strikes to the bag here. Everybody ready? And go. Again, focus on bringing these hands back up. I never want to let them swing off to the side. If I switch sides, you'll see this here. Boom, boom. Sometimes this punch comes down like a side to side. Don't let that happen. Straight back. Yeah. 10 more seconds. If you haven't already switched holders, sorry, I got excited here. We'll get 15 more, so you get a little extra time. Last 5 seconds. And break wherever you guys are at, whatever moves you just finished up. I'm going to move this bag off screen a little bit here. Woo. All right. One more thing I wanted to mention. I had mentioned a little bit earlier about the way that I learned pinions when I was going through the ranks. Everything was taught a little differently in terms of who learned what when. As a white belt, I learned everything 1. Pinion 1, punch 1, grab 1. As a yellow, I learned everything 2. Punch 1, grab 2, pinion 2. Same thing with orange, the third belt. Punch 3, grab 3, and pinion 3. And what would happen is, let's say that we had a class that had purple, blue, and green. Right, the 4th, 5th, and 6th. Well, there'd be 3 pinions that people had to learn, so if you were a green belt, guess what you did? I reviewed all of pinion 4 with the purple belts. And then I reviewed pinion 5 with the blue belts and went on to 6, right? And the benefit of that is you got a chance to review things a lot. And I try to mention as much as I can to you guys that I don't remember pinion 1 because I learned it as a white belt. I remember it because I taught it and I practiced it like last week, right? That's what helps us with our memories, continuing to go back and revisit things and make them a little bit sharper. So if you guys are in here right now, that's what you're doing, right? You're reviewing stuff, you're making sure you're keeping up, you're keeping sharp with everything, and that's at the end what keeps us as great martial artists, is continuing to practice. There's a message of the week I did for the teens adults a couple weeks ago. A little bit of something's better than a whole lot of nothing. Get a little practice in every day if you can. Even if it's just jab crossing and making sure our hands stay up, you're sharpening your saw. There's another quote I've heard that I love. If you don't sharpen scissors or a knife or a saw, then it's going to get dull. But when you continue to practice trying to sharpen it, make it sharper, that's when you stay up to date. That's when you stay looking good. So, awesome job, guys. Let's get to our bout here real quick. I'll be around for a couple more minutes. If you guys have any questions about pinions or punch attack defenses or karate in general or what the weather's like outside, You guys can ask me, I'll be hanging around, okay? So, anyways, with that said, let's come to tension. And, final thing. Let me make sure I mention this too. For tip testing next week, a reminder of what I'm expecting. For beginners, I want to see the whole grip break, a good keel on that kick. That's all really, making sure the hands stay, the fingers stay in a big extension of the arms. For level ones or my intermediate and beginning teen adults, looking at the break fall, the ground defense, and that you can throw some kicks and turn a little bit, okay? For 2s, 3s, and 4s, or 4s I guess you're not tip testing, but you should be posting your videos anyways. For the 2s and 3s, making sure we have good stances, we know the pinion, right? That's the big call. Good stances, you know the curriculum. That's what I'm looking for, okay? With that said, let's get our bout here. Ready? Everybody come to attention. Make sure feet are together, hands to the side, standing tall. Let's bow out. Class dismissed. Good work, guys. Woo! Give yourself a quick round of applause, quick pat on the back. Hope you guys had fun. And if you guys got any pictures, please post them on Instagram and tag us or Facebook or post it in the Discord so everyone else can see right here. Thank you guys for jumping in. I hope you guys had a blast. I'm gonna get a quick drink of water. If anybody's got any questions now, I think I remember seeing some earlier, and let me know. Thank you, Robert, for coming in. And thank you, thanks for being here, Sahela. Good to hear it was a fun class. Doing my best to teach as best as I can here through your TV or iPad or whatever you're watching through right now. Thanks, Catherine, May, Alicia. Hope you guys had some fun. That's going to shake the camera, isn't it? There we go. There was a question earlier. Was it from Hedi? Farouk? Favorite pinion? Ooh. Favorite pinion. Man, okay, I'll give this 2 answers. I know you don't want that, but my favorite pinion, I always have to go back to it in terms of like just overall. I like pinion 1 because again, it's the first one that I learned. And I love going back to basics. Horses stances, forward stances, and cat stances, right? Regular blocks, punches, elbow smash, back knuckle, and a bottom fist in there, right? Compared to all the other ones where it gets a little more complex, right? And I love that simplicity of it. If I was going to go to a tournament and do a pinion, it would be probably pinion 7 right there. Overall of pinion 9, I can go over to what we've done so far. I want to make sure people who are sticking to like going to a class and watching the videos and doing it with us, they don't feel left behind just because they couldn't make it to one. Part we learned? Yeah, 100% I can. Any other quick answers before I jump into that? What you guys can do is if you message Sifu Dan on the Discord, then he can set up a time where you could purchase it, or if you want it, we can drop it off at your place. Just let us know, message us, and we can help you out with that. But yeah, we've got options for either used stuff that's here, where it's at a good discount, or if you wanted new equipment from the same place we get them, right? So if you wanted a new clapper from Rev Gear, then we get the wholesale price, we can pass on savings to you guys. So let us know, just message us, and we can either set a time you can pick it up, or we can drop it off for you guys. Pinion 9, super quick, super fast. I cannot mirror this one. I apologize about that. I got to do it facing the same way as you. I'm not at the point yet where I can do my lefts and rights and say the opposite one. So pretty quick here, right? I'm going to fast forward through the squatting position. I think you know that too well, right? Black belt. But 1 is set position. I'll turn a little bit. 2, we look left, right, left, and open. Step back with the right foot, grip break. Right hand comes underneath, left hand inward block. So this I could mirror, right? You go here in your T-stance still, and you're going to shift left hand bottom fist to the front. So there's the first couple, right? And we do the same thing other side. Here, under, left. Coming back, set position this time. Left hand is still open even though we're going opposite side. Look to the left and right. Open, T-stance, under, forward stance and bottom fist. Right foot comes back, outward block. And notice this one's an open hand outward block with the palm facing you. Just like you would with a regular one, but you open it and you put it to the side like this. Side kick right foot, downward cross block. Again, I'll turn a little bit so you can see it. Open, roll to your right side, outward block punch, step up, and same thing other side. This time left hand is on top. I'll turn this way, you can see it a little better. Roll, strike. From here, left foot forward, T stance with the grip break. Left foot to the side and spear, grab. Left foot comes back up, I've got my T stance again. Mid block with the right hand, that's a little bit higher. Downward block, left hand. Left foot steps out, inward block right hand. I'll do this facing the same way as you. Right foot kempo, side to side left. Punch with the left, and then re-side to side. Then left foot back, strike. Uppercut with the right hand. That's where we left off, Sifu Fez. Thanks for sharing that, Alicia. Yeah, Farouk, of course you can. The more people posting in there, the happier I am. I love seeing that people are still practicing, that you're still thinking about martial arts, still thinking about us and help supporting us. It's a challenging time for everybody, and especially for businesses that rely on people being in the doors, right? Thanks for that. Thanks for letting me know. I wanted to move things around. We've got the camera a little farther back. Hopefully I'm still, for the most part, in focus. I know that I've been having issues with that, of the camera not getting the right depth of field, but hopefully it's all looking good. Thank you. Thanks, Ray. And of course, Sifu Fez, Pinyin 9's a blast. We've got, how many more? 1, 2, 3, like 4 more moves, and then a lot of stuff on the opposite side, and then the last little bit of it. Do a video for Pinyin 2. Yeah, if you're tip testing on it, then I'd like to see a video of it. And as always, I would love to see videos during the week too, right? If you guys post something, I can give you some feedback. It makes it a lot easier to tip test the next week, right? Then you already have a heads up of, oh, I know I need to work on those 2 things. The other things are looking sharp. And then for everyone who's left in here too, I did realize, and I'll post a video about this too, or at least an announcement. I know that we did what are on red tip testing not too long ago. We're jumping back around to it just because of how things played out with how quickly we went from everything's fine to let's distance in the school to, oh yeah, we got a shelter in place. We changed what module we were going to allow us to separate more. And then it was like, oh, we got to shut down. So we just stuck with that. And that's why we went back to blue as opposed to going from the black tip to the white tip, in case you guys didn't know. And I'll make a mention about that. So even if you do have a red tip on your belt, yes, please post a video for this next one, because that's how you're going to tip test. So we got about like 1 more minute here, everybody. Anyone who's left, how's the distance learning going? You guys got a couple days under your belt, right? You're welcome, Farouk. You know, I can answer one more thing about that too, Farouk. And the way that, like, I remember when, like I mentioned earlier, right, when I was in class, there wasn't just beginners working on one pinyin. If I was a purple belt, I may have had like a brown belt in my class too. And so what happened was I would be practicing my pinyin number 4, yeah, right? And then I would look over and, oh man, they're practicing pinyin 7 over there. And I'd be like, that looks so cool. I can't wait to be a brown belt and learn that too. So when you get videos posted like that, then I know that everyone else can see them and be like, oh man, so that's what it looks like when someone's getting ready for a student black belt test. That's pretty cool. Yeah, if you've already got one, that means you had a chance to practice it before, right? Keep going back and practicing it, and then if you've been working hard, I have no doubt, Catherine, you'll be able to get it. That's all about, do you put the work in? Do you try really hard? You're going to get there. Even if it takes 1 or 2 tries, right? About, oh, I didn't get my tip on this belt. Oh, I'm going to go back and work, and I'll get it again. I know that happened to me. It's happened to just about everybody. It's a good way for us to learn. All right, everybody. We'll wrap stuff up here then. Learn Opinion 3 that's one of people's favorite ones. Back when we had to do a tournament for the black belt, for the black belt test, we had to go to a tournament. Opinion 3 was a lot of people's favorites because it had that double elbow, it had the shooting star, it had the front kick and the big steps over bodies, right? And you could personalize it more. See for Ryan in here too. Thank you, sir. Hope you had fun. Hope Opinion 9's working well for you. Let me know. Post a video. I'll be looking for you specifically. Post a video in Discord so we can see. Same thing, Sifu Hafez, both my black belts. Sifu Justin's still in here. Sifu Rishi. Hope you guys do too. But thank you guys. Hope you guys have a good rest of your Thursday. I hope you have a safe weekend, a healthy weekend. And I'll see you guys as soon as I can, and I'll see everything you post in the Discord. Bye, guys. Ooh, real quick, how will the tests work? Sifu Hafez, right now, right, we can't have people in the school. We gotta wait until we hear about what the plans are for the state to reopen, right? We wanna make sure that everyone is safe. That's our #1 goal, even if it means pushing the test back a little bit. Right now, I don't know what it's gonna look like. It may be a little different. I don't know when it will be, but that's something we'll address as we get to it. But as of right now, I wanna make sure I'm doing everything I can to get you guys the curriculum that we're working on and do it as best as I can so that you guys can learn it as best as you can. So right now, not sure. We got to see how we progress through everything. But thank you guys. If you guys have any more questions, feel free to shoot me a message or in the Discord and the group channels. If I don't see them at night, then I'll get back to them in the morning. But thank you guys. Hope you guys have a good evening. Bye.